Pepe, I want cool shit. All right, sorry. Pepe's messing up on me. Welcome to DG360. Are you guys ready to see the best VR headset in the world? Talking a lot about metaverses lately. VR is going to play a very important role into them. Let's see what the best VR headset in the world is.
I don't even know what to say.
Thank you, Jack.
Everything looks so clear and so real. You have to try this. You have to try this. I sound crazy.
Over the past 5 years of me practically dedicating my life to VR, I have tried literally dozens of VR headsets, ranging from $10 to $8,000. Some were good and some were terrible, but only once have I ever put on a headset and been completely speechless. And that was the first time I put on a VR headset, until I put on this headset that we're talking about today,
look at that
the
thing.
Vario XR3. And it's honestly so good that I'm kind of mad about it, because
Man, the fuck, that looks like something out of Ghost Recon, man. Looking like, what is that shit?
because I'm about to rip out a kidney just so I could afford one. Plus, this thing's just pretty. So I want to get this out of the way right away.
How much?
This is the Vario XR3. It is a, wait for it, $7,000 VR headset, and I've been trying to get my hands on one for...
All right, hold on a second. All right, it is the best VR headset in the world, okay? But they're like, what the actual fuck? I'll wait till I can buy it for like $299. I might have to wait a while, but what the, look at the subscription. Look at the fucking subscription on this thing. I hope that's a one-time subscription. I'm like, what is this, dude? What is this? Is this monthly? Is this a monthly subscription? This better be the goddamn best VR headset I've ever seen, man. It better caress my face. When I put this thing on my face, it better kiss me. It better kiss both of my eyes. Make sweet, sweet, tender love to my face. Like what the fuck, dude?
Almost a year now since it released in December. I've wanted to figure out why so many companies are writing rave reviews about it, and why it's so expensive, and what does it really do differently or better than this $300 headset that I have here. I mean, how can you justify buying one of these versus 23 of these? And now that I have it in hand, I have an answer. I did want to say though, whether or not you actually want to buy one of these, or you're just interested in VR technology, this is not only one of the most expensive headsets out there, but more importantly, it's one of the most advanced VR headsets out there. The tech crammed inside of the XR3 is almost as mind-boggling as experiencing it. I mean, just to power it, you need 2 power bricks and 2 DisplayPort 1.4s. That alone should tell you that we're not dealing with some regular old VR headset here. This is something a little different. Now, let's start talking about actual specifications of the XR3. It's jam-packed with hands down the best displays I have ever seen in a VR headset. Rocking a peripheral LCD display at 2880 by 2720 per eye, which, to give some context, the Valve Index's resolution is 1600 by 1440.
What?
But the XR3 doesn't just have 2 displays like most headsets. It actually has 4. And this is where it gets interesting. Vario has called this the Bionic Display. The 2 larger screens serve as peripheral vision, while a set of smaller micro OLEDs at 1920 by 1080 fill the center of your vision, giving what Vario calls human eye resolution. And you may think 1920 by 1080 is a really low resolution, but since it's a micro OLED, it has an insane pixel density, with a perceived resolution that is estimated to be more than 70 times greater than an HTC Vive. I'm not joking here. There are absolutely 0 visible pixels, but we'll talk about what that actually means later.
I think we beat it.
Has eye tracking.
I think the resolution of this headset actually beats real life right now, Techno. I think like this is why it'll be more real than the real world. The resolution has now exceeded real world pixelation. Tech, dude, you crack me up, bro.
And using that eye tracking, the headset automatically sets the IPD personalized to each user the moment you put the headset on. But that's not all. It's SteamVR tracked and fully SteamVR compatible, so any games just work. It's got ultra leap hand tracking, dual 12 megapixel pass-through cameras,
look
and for
at
the
what
first
he's
time
looking
in
at.
VR, LiDAR sensors for real-time 3D reconstruction.
Okay.
And the
All right, here's the thing. I want to wear this on stream. I want to wear this on stream for you guys, just to fucking rock this out. Just be like, hey guys, welcome to the stream, man. The fuck, man? It's gonna be so real, you're gonna forget that it's on your fucking head.
The view isn't bad at around 115 degrees, pretty comparable
What's up,
to,
Red?
again, the Valve Index. And things aren't all perfect, of course. There's zero audio on this headset, I guess so people can add their own crazy high-fidelity headphones to their crazy high-fidelity headset. And possibly due to these lenses, there was a little pupil swim, which makes the image a little wobbly on occasion, and that sucks. But it's honestly a very small issue compared to what else this thing offers. So let's start off with what this headset gets right with just the design. Beyond the physical design language of the headset, which is really pretty, this head strap is exactly what I want my own future headsets to have. It has adjustment on the back of the headset for overall tightness, which is normal, but it has a dial on the top that holds the headset to your forehead, so there's very little wiggle when moving around.
Also has one for your balls,
side dials
for
that
the
further
boys
tighten it to your
downstairs.
head. When this
The
thing
ball
is
sack
adjusted
strap.
properly, it's not flopping around, even if you were to say run with it.
It's not
Now,
flopping
let's
around.
finally talk about these displays. Other than just for gaming, I've been searching for a real alternative
This is
to using a
insanity,
monitor.
dude.
If you use, say, a VR headset as a monitor, you wouldn't be limited to screen space or windows or really anything. You'd have an infinitely customizable workspace to do whatever you want. But the problem I've always ran into is VR headsets just aren't clear enough to be an actual replacement, at least not professionally. Text is often blurry, even if it's just a little, or colors don't look right, and I end up always going back to a monitor in defeat just because it's easier. And this is the first headset I would seriously consider using as an actual monitor replacement. It's so clear, it's almost weird. And going back into games I've played over and over again, it's like revisiting entire worlds that are remastered in higher resolution. And the field of view here isn't anything groundbreaking, and it's probably the one thing that is certainly beat by many other headsets, but everything is so clear that it sort of makes up for it. And I think this is actually a really clear example. I got a VR game dev to try their own game that they already stare at for hours a day in VR to try it on the XR3. And this was their reaction.
Wow, it looks so good that I'm confused a little bit. Do people
It looks so. This is the developer. He said, wow, it looks so good. I'm a little bit confused, actually. Now tell me this isn't where gaming's gonna go. Like, this is gonna fucking be the norm, guys. Like, once you go to this, you ain't ever going back.
know about this yet?
Getting into typical games just feels, for lack of better words, magical, and I really don't want to go back, but just playing games with a higher resolution with extreme clarity is not why I'm even making this video, and it's not even the real magic. I had probably one of the legit trippiest VR experiences I have ever felt or had with this headset, and this is where it gets actually magical. The XR3 isn't just a VR headset, it's actually in the name. Vario does sell a VR3 for less than half the cost, but the XR name is where things get crazy. Using LiDAR and the cameras and hand tracking and the sort of augmented reality world, you can bring objects into the real world. And this isn't necessarily something new. I mean, Oculus has a form of it with pass-through API updates, but this is in an entirely different league. The stereo 3D cameras in super high resolution make pass-through on the XR3 feel kinda hyper-realistic, and I'm gonna explain it the absolute best I can. It's almost like reality is a game. It doesn't look quite real, but it doesn't look fake, and it also doesn't feel or look like you're just using camera pass-through, which I've used lots before. So when you place a super detailed and lit model of something in that hyper-realistic weird space, it really trips out the brain, and sometimes it's hard to tell what's real and what isn't. And I found myself jumping when things flew at me and staring at things, and then something really weird happened. There's a demo for the XR3 that brings a life-size full-size human body into your play space. Now, I don't normally feel this, maybe I'm just unlucky, but there's a very common term in VR called phantom sense. It's where it kind of feels like you're touching something in VR or something's touching you when there's nothing actually there. The brain just fills in the gaps. But in this hyper-realistic XR environment, I, for the first time, felt a full phantom sense experience while
Holy shit, dude. Okay, I'm freaking the fuck out now. I'm freaking the fuck out right now, man. Homeboy's literally, his brain is sending signals to his fucking sensors and telling him he's feeling something because it looks so goddamn real.
I know it's kind of weird.
Feels like it's there.
Slowly touched this mannequin in my room. I felt tingles all through my fingers and some heat and a little warmth and a little texture too. And it got me so wrapped up into the experience that I was practically shaking by the end of it. It blew my mind in a way that I've only had the first time I hopped in VR, and I've been chasing that fresh VR feeling for 5 years now. And now I'm standing here with what I thought would just be a standard, overpriced enterprise VR headset, experiencing that all over again, but even greater. Because 5 years ago, to be honest, VR kind of sucked. I mean, it was amazing at the time, and it's significantly better now, but I was amazed by a roller coaster simulator at the time. Now, I'm legitimately having slight trouble distinguishing what's real and what's not. And this led me down a very interesting path that I can't stop thinking about. I thought the Index in Quest 2 and Pimax and Vive Pro 2 was where we're at in VR technology right now. I knew that it would get better over the years inevitably, but I didn't know that VR technology is this far along. That after literal thousands and thousands of hours in VR, I can be completely speechless and shaking because of a new headset and a freaking tech demo. VR always has this thing where you know you're in a simulation, and for the most part, especially after you know how VR works, you know what's real and what's not. But I'm here bumping into things and crashing into monitors and staring at stitching on a freaking virtual car seat for Pete's sake, and jumping when my friend just barely touches me. And gosh, we are way further along than I thought. And it's so exciting because while VR has gotten a lot better over the years, it's kind of stale sometimes. And what used to excite me and immerse me just doesn't hit the same anymore. It's like I'm desensitized to where we're currently at with tech, and it's sad. And that's why I'm so excited. And look, I know that
Homeboy jumped 20 years into the future with VR tech with his $7,000 headset and his fucking $2,000 subscription. Man, he literally took a jump forward like 20 fucking years of what VR is going to generally be like. Now he's got to go back to regular VR, and he's like, shit, what did I do? What did I do?
That 99% of people watching this video won't and can't buy this headset. I mean, neither can I. I'm just borrowing this for a month from a company that let me borrow it. Thanks, Foxcard Solutions, by the way. But if the only thing I can do is share my experience as a VR enthusiast to other VR enthusiasts, then here it is. And if there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, is that there is so much more on the horizon for VR and XR. The technology is there, and it's coming, and it's kinda here. Every person I put in this headset are VR veterans, and they're over here second guessing everything because
you would have to be sponsored for a $7,000 headset. You know what I mean, E-Rad? Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, unless he can drop that kind of cash, dude. Like, you know.
That filter between real and virtual.
I don't doubt, regardless, even though his criticisms and his review might be biased because he's sponsored, I don't doubt that this is an amazing experience. I can guarantee you this is probably like blows the fuck out of your mind putting this thing on. You know,
feels more blurred than it's ever felt before.
They're all like, whoa.
All I can say now is I hope that Vario pushes for a more consumer.
Bad Monkey says they have a consumer version now for like 2,000. No hand tracking, but I think the eye tracking is still in. This guy did a video a month. Did he? Okay.
Some of the lidar, and it'll still likely
Thank you for
be
that
the
info,
best
Bad
VR
Monkey.
headset available for consumers. VR games look amazing, and XR looks unreal but not uncanny. And I can now see why Vario is in business. I can see why this headset costs so much.
Listen, my own experience with VR is so very limited. Like I went to Best Buy you know, like a year or two ago, and I tried one on, and I was just like blown away, dude. It was like I was inside some type of circus tent, man, and like everywhere you turned, it was ridiculously awesome. Like VR to me is awesome. I just can't afford any of that shit, man.
See why company after company
I would love
rave
to.
about the
I would love
XR3.
to.
It's not blind hype, and I wish I could share it with every single one of you. And if you really want to, you could just go out and buy this.
Look at him
headset
laughing
right
like a
now
kid,
and use
dude.
it to hell, and also pay the annual $1,000 subscription that's required, and then come back here and tell me how your experience was. But I wouldn't do that unless you have some very serious cash lying around, because this is what's coming. This high fidelity blurring of the lines between reality and virtual reality is what our futures look like. It's right here in my hands. It's just out of the reach of everyone that actually wants it. But trust me, my VR family, we've got a very bright future, an exciting future of hardware right in front of us. And this has shown that to me all over again. Kinda like putting on my first headset like I did all those years ago. And it's reminded me there's a lot to look forward to. I will be streaming on Twitch with the Vario after this video, so come on by and say what's up. We'll be doing some fun.
Yeah. So that guy's channel is Thrill Seeker, and 447,000 subscribers. I mean, I'm gonna like it just because like that was pretty cool information, getting to see everything that this thing does. But fuck if I have that kind of cash sitting around. But damn, what an experience, man. Like what a crazy fucking trip that is. And I cannot wait until VR's like the norm. I cannot wait until it's just like the norm. But it's got to come real far. And physical limitations, you know, like that's the thing with VR is like the space that you're in, the physical space that you're in. You know, that's really truly a limitation. Like you'd almost just need a room built for VR, which I would totally do if I had the money. Like I would literally have a room for VR, and then I could record things and do cool shit on the channel. But yeah, I've always been fascinated with this in augmented reality and virtual reality. I've just always been fascinated this aspect in genre of gaming. It is something that is just always mine. It just blows my fucking mind. I mean, that part where he said he can actually have this phantom sense and he's feeling shit because it looks so real. There is dude, that's kind of like cool and scary at the same time. It's cool and scary at the same time. All right, back to the show.